In a distant era, there existed a kingdom where the passage of time was more terrifying than the certainty of death. Here, the people lived without calendars, and the concept of years held no meaning. Life unfolded in eternal present, unmarked by anniversaries or the weight of history. The world was shaped by moments rather than memories, and the fear of time slipping away cast a shadow deeper than any mortal peril. This was a realm where the ticking of unseen clocks haunted every heart, yet no one could name the age in which they dwelled. Arivan, a young and untested monarch, ascends the throne under a shroud of uncertainty. His father's sudden and mysterious death leaves the kingdom in a state of uneasy quiet, as if the very walls are holding their breath. The usual bustle of the court is replaced by an eerie stillness, with whispers echoing through empty corridors. Arivan's reign begins not with celebration, but with a silence heavy with unanswered questions and the weight of expectation. A sudden, unnatural stillness descends upon the palace. Every flickering candle, every drifting mote of dust hangs motionless in the air. Servants are frozen mid-step, and the echo of laughter fades into silence. In this suspended moment, an eerie energy pulses through the halls, signaling the arrival of an ancient curse. It is here, in the heart of this frozen world, that Arivan's destiny begins to unfold. Priests gathered in the dimly lit hall, their voices echoing with an ominous proclamation that sent ripples through the kingdom. Despite the weight of their words, Arivan stood composed, his expression betraying neither fear nor excitement. At just 17, he was quietly crowned, the ceremony marked by a solemnity that matched the gravity of the moment. Surrounded by tradition, yet shrouded in solitude, Arivan's calm demeanor set him apart, underscoring the isolation that came with his sudden rise to power. As the curse takes hold, time itself seems to unravel around Arivan. Servants move with unnatural slowness, their gestures stretched and distorted, while guards stand frozen mid-step, their eyes flickering with confusion. Even enemies, once swift and threatening, now appear trapped in a sluggish haze, their movements delayed and uncertain. The world grows eerily quiet, each moment drawn out and heavy, creating a sense of unease that settles over everyone in Arivan's presence. Subtle disturbances ripple through the air, making it clear that something is deeply amiss. Long ago, the kingdom forged a mysterious pact with the force of time itself. In return for enduring prosperity and flourishing lands, the realm accepted a heavy burden. A ruler bound by a unique curse. This sovereign would age at a glacial pace, seemingly untouched by the years. Yet, this gift came at a cost, for the ruler's vitality depended on quietly siphoning time from those around them. As the kingdom thrived, its people unknowingly paid the price. Their own days subtly shortened to sustain their leaders' unnatural longevity.
Arivan, desperate to save his kingdom from the relentless curse, seeks out the ancient oracle for answers. He asks if there is any way to break the spell and restore what has been lost. The oracle's response is grave and unwavering. The only way to return the stolen time is for the king himself to surrender his own future. This means Arivan must sacrifice all that lies ahead of him, giving up his life's potential so that his people might be freed from the curse. The weight of this revelation leaves Arivan with an impossible choice, torn between his own destiny and the fate of his kingdom. As the years slip by, Arivan governs his realm with unwavering fairness, yet a somber air hangs over his rule. His face remains untouched by time, a stark contrast to his advisors and subjects, who gradually show the marks of age. This unchanging youth, once a marvel, begins to unsettle those around him. Whispers of unease ripple through the court as friends and confidants grow old, while Arivan appears frozen in time. The joy that once accompanied his leadership fades, replaced by a quiet fear of the unknown. As days slipped by, an uneasy dread began to settle over the people. Whispers of the still king echoed through crowded markets and empty streets alike, each mention carrying a chill that lingered in the air. Near Arivan, time itself seemed to thicken, every moment stretching endlessly, as if the world was holding its breath. The sensation was suffocating, an invisible weight pressing down, making even the simplest tasks feel insurmountable. Fear grew quietly, feeding on silence and uncertainty, as the legend of the Still King took root in every heart. Ishara, the clockmaker's daughter, enters the palace with a quiet confidence and an unwavering spirit. Her fearless nature stands in stark contrast to the somber halls that have long been shrouded in silence. With every gentle word and genuine smile, she brings a sense of warmth that had been absent for years. For the first time in decades, the palace feels alive, touched by a comforting normalcy that only Ishara seems able to provide. As Ishara's presence grows stronger, the once somber kingdom begins to stir with signs of renewal. Her companionship brings warmth and laughter, gently unraveling the curse that had long shrouded the land in despair. Flowers bloom where her footsteps fall, and the air carries a newfound sense of possibility. Through legendary conversations filled with wisdom and compassion, Ishara inspires hope in those around her. Gradually, life returns to the villages, and the people rediscover the joy they thought was lost forever. The priests issued a solemn warning to all who dared to love Ishara. They spoke of time as a relentless force, one that never allows passion to go unpunished. To love Ishara, they cautioned, is to invite time's scrutiny and eventually its demand for a heavy price. This foreboding message hinted at a sacrifice looming on the horizon, suggesting that devotion to Ishara would not come without profound consequences. As foreign armies swept across the land, Arivan faced a dire choice. His people were outnumbered, and hope seemed to fade with each passing day. In this desperate moment, Arivan resolved to invoke the full force of the ancient curse, a power so formidable it had long been sealed away. He understood that unleashing it would come at a tremendous cost, not only to himself but possibly to the very fabric of his world. Yet, for the sake of his people's survival, he chose to bear the burden and confront the consequences of his fateful decision. The battlefield lies frozen in time, every warrior and weapon caught in a silent tableau. The violence that once raged here is now suspended, each moment of conflict halted in mid-air. As the days pass, the enemy army begins to age, their faces marked by the slow passage of years, while the world around them remains unchanged. Arivas stands at the heart of this stillness, his own future fading away with each heartbeat. Through his sacrifice, the relentless cycle of war is finally brought to an end. Arivan emerges from the ordeal, forever altered, his features bearing the weight of centuries that have passed for him alone. Time has etched wisdom and sorrow into his eyes, a silent testament to the price he has paid. Ishara, once the heart of his journey, now greets him with unfamiliarity, her memories of their love erased, as if they never existed. The curse is finally broken, but its conclusion is bittersweet, leaving both Arivan and Ishara separated by the very fate they sought to escape. In the quiet aftermath, only echoes of what was lost linger between them. In his final years, Arivan ruled as a mortal king, guiding his people with wisdom and humility. His reign was marked by peace and the steady rhythms of daily life, a stark contrast to the extraordinary events of his earlier days. When Arivan passed away, a profound silence settled over the kingdom. At that moment, the palace clocks shattered, their fragments scattering across the marble floors. This symbolic act marked the liberation of time itself, as if the boundaries that once held it captive had finally been released.